Hey Munchies, it's the Gamer Untamed, and today I'm going to be reviewing what the fuck is it called? The Danish Girl. Oh no, this is a bad start. Hey Munchies, it's the Gamer Untamed, and today I'm going to be reviewing The Danish Girl, directed by Tom Hooper, which stars Eddie Redmayne and Alicia Vikander.
The first time we met, she propositioned me. She seemed so sure.
I was sure. He was so shy and mysterious. Is there something you'd like to tell me?
Is there something you'd like to know?
I'm your wife. I know everything. Could you help me with something?
You will not tell anyone about this.
Hello there. We're going to call you Lily. I want to sketch you. Lily. We should go out tonight. Give them something different. Lily, you're exquisite.
You're different from most girls. I feel I'd need to ask your permission before I kissed you.
Atmospheric and placid, The Danish Girl begins in the pastel moorlands of Vejle in Denmark. The audience is presented with Scandinavian fields in the fjords and marshy farmlands, and these scenes serve as the foundation for the relationship between Goethe and Einar, as regardless of what circumstances these two seem to go through within this film, there seems to be this peaceful sense of tranquility and pleasantness that subsists throughout their relationship. Tom Hooper's The Danish Girl is a moving and humble biopic about Lily Elbe, formerly known as Ina Wagner, who was a pioneering transgender Danish woman in the 1920s who was one of the first identifiable recipients of sex reassignment surgery. A year after Eddie Redmayne's Academy Award-winning performance in The Theory of Everything, he is once again nominated for an Academy Award in Best Actor in a Motion Picture Drama, for The Danish Girl, of course. Here, Eddie Redmayne portrays Lily Elbe looking rather fabulous in women's clothing, might I add, Eddie, bringing out those feminine features. However, although Redmayne succeeds in being able to transition into the crux of this emotionally, sexually and identity-confused artist, it is Alicia Vikander's performance in her depiction of Einar's wife, Goethe, that magnifies the gravity of the emotive content of this film. In the 1920s, if you were to be experiencing elements such as feeling like you were a man trapped in a woman's body or a woman trapped in a man's body, if you went to the doctor, you were pronounced clinically insane, mentally retarded, and in Einar's case, schizophrenic. Director Tom Hooper does not obsess over partializing the narrative. Rather, in contrast, he does not depict the subject matter as harsh or punitive or intensifying. In direct juxtaposition, he creates a narrative that is just as melancholic and grievous as it is moving and utterly beautiful. In the midst of a tale that is inherently tragic and caustic, Hooper highlights the joviality and passionate energy that emerges from the relationship between Einar/Lily and Goethe, and this is a relationship that fails to drastically alter at the revelation of Einar's mistaken body. Lily is a product of the metaphysical love shared between Einar and Goethe. Lily is also the manifestation of Einar's internal and mental struggle to suppress the reality that he does not feel comfortable or safe within the male body he/she has been given. Towards the middle of the movie, there is a scene between Einar and Goethe after an artist's gala where Einar went dressed up as Lily. And for a moment, he just said to Goethe, he said it when he was painting, there was a moment where I felt like I wasn't me. I was just Lily. And that is this pivotal moment within the film where Einar really recognizes that he cannot suppress this thing that was trapped inside him anymore. He had to be who he really needed to be. Lucinda Coxon's adapted screenplay of David Eberhoff's biographical narrative of the same title is dotingly loyal to Eberhoff's writing. However, she does make it a poignant feature within the film to concentrate on the reversal of masculinity and femininity between Einar and Goethe, the fact that Lily is an expression of an alter ego, and also the intimacy that is established between a long-lasting love between two people. Critics have said that The Danish Girl ought to have been a better movie, or rather focus on a more daring storyline. Yet when the subject matter in its raw form is so ornery, forlorn, and sensitive, it doesn't need Hollywood extravagancies to enhance the fact that it is a very touchy subject. We see two secular narratives unfold within The Danish Girl. One being the development of Einar's sexuality and sense of identity, and the other being Goethe's ability to cope with the fact that her husband is experimenting, in her original opinion. From the beginning, we see Goethe being very lively and spirited about indulging in her husband's fantasies. But then when you see Lily develop, Goethe has to mourn the loss of her husband. It is feeling like a literal death that she's gone through, and she has to be grievous. And she's essentially lost her husband of 20 years. Now imagine how that feels to a person. The way the script is written, and the way the pace falls into place, really allows the audience to delve into the mind of Goethe and just wonder what she can really be thinking about, because even though the film is so emotional and so intense, even in its very basic form, there's still a lot more going on there. Eddie Redmayne functions as the principal artiste of the narrative, being able to present a multifaceted character to the screen. I honestly could not imagine any other actor being able to express equally masculinity and femininity at the exact same time and present a woman with her dainty freckles and stunning red hair to come across as almost a femme fatale in the way that Goethe makes her seem so strong. I could not imagine anyone other than Eddie Redmayne being able to do this. Hands down, no one else is as good as him in this function. Playing in dramatic roles really is his key strength. Redmayne is able to distinguish between both Lily and Einar and create such different characters from the two of them. Einar is a very more reserved and kind of playful in the way of his sexually playful with Goethe, and he's very talented as a person, very socially apt, something like that. And Lily, on the other hand, Lily is very brazen, she is very confident with herself, and she's very kind of, I don't know what this is, but she's that. And you can see the differences, the way that the hand movements are so different, and the posture is so different. It's just the body language and the way that he portrays her and him. Oh, it's kind of confusing, but it's just beautiful, and I'm hugging my chest because it just feels right. All of that being said, it is Alicia Vikander's penetrating performance that allows us to shed all the tears and feel all the feels. I mean, I've learned by now not to wear makeup to a cinema. I'm so glad I didn't. Because it is with her, if we didn't have Goethe as a character, we didn't have Alicia Vikander, might I add, I don't think we'd be able to sympathise with the character as well. She just gives such a moving performance that you feel literally tied to the screen to watch her. Because she's so fantastic in the way that she moves, the way that she harnesses her cries, just the way that she manages to express emotion, even if she's not bawling her eyes out. Vikander as Goethe delivers some of the most effective and tender lines within the film. When she's accompanying Einar to visit Dr. Warner-Cross, who's played by Sebastian Koch, Einar says to the doctor, "The fact is, I believe that I'm a woman," and she says, "And I believe it too." And that is such a rare statement to hear, especially in the midst of the 1920s when everyone's saying, "Oh, you're insane." I mean, she's really on board with him, but at the same time, she's known to antagonize him, to really find fault with what he's doing, not for the fact that she's being hateful and she doesn't sympathize with him, but the fact that she can't understand why she's still having to look at her husband, but Einar's not reciprocating that. It's just Lily, and if she completely eradicates Einar from her life, and Goethe has to deal with the fact, well, no, you're still actually here, but I don't get it. And she says, not everything's about you, and the fact is that it's not just about transgender people, it's about the people around you. And the fact that Goethe is one of those people around Einar and Lily, it's hard to deal with it. I don't think I can properly express how much I love this film. I mean, it's visually breathtaking, the locations are beautiful, you get to go from bleak Scandinavia and Denmark and Copenhagen to Paris and Germany, and all these beautiful locations that just seem so aristocratic and above what they're used to living in a bohemian lifestyle. And Alexander Desplat's what's it called? His score for the film is absolutely classical. It's so dainty and fragile and really fits the epitome of the film so well. Oh God, the direction. Tom Hooper's fantastic as a director. I loved Les Miserables and I loved The King's Speech, so The Danish Girl has shortly become one of my most cherished and favoured films. I would honestly go watch it again and again, and for that reason I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. It really deserves that Oscar win, and they both deserve Oscar wins, to be honest. They're fantastic actors in this film. Absolutely loved it. I mean, The Danish Girl, it does not need to have this whole theatrical weight to it, because the film is so pure and touching and beautiful. I don't want any of this melodramatic crap. It is what it is, and that is the subject matter. It doesn't need to be altered and fabricated and made to feel more than it actually is. And that is what this film does so well. It just leaves it raw and pure and honest, and I think a lot of Hollywood films really need to do that these days. But that is my review, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely leave your comments down below. Chuck this video a like if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, share and favourite this video, and until next week, I will talk to you guys soon. I hope you enjoy your week and have lots of fun, because I won't, because I'm back at school. Oh God, the dangers. Dangers? It's not the right word. Regardless, I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!